So I have been doing a lot of pre-recording lately, and it's been in the topic of it's been in the topic of not so much of choosing yourself first, right? Not so much of that. And it's more about why it's important for you to make sure that you keep things to yourself. Why it's important for you to manifest and understand how to manifest. Am I live? You make sure I'm live, y'all. Hold on. I know I sound like I kind of got a little nervous and shit. I know how to do this, but I kind of got thrown off a little bit. I never use this platform, so let me just go to my account and see what's going on. Oh, okay. I am live. Okay, got it. Got it. I got it. Okay, so we're gonna get into the show, and this show is things I regret. Okay, this show is teaching you the key to truly manifesting success in your life, and how there are people who will purposefully come into your life distractive with nothing, waste your time. How people will come in. It's not about a man in a relationship, everybody. That's just a piece of it. Do you understand that? That man, the relationship thing that y'all like to talk about so much, that is only a piece of what you are manifesting from the inside out. But to truly understand what I'm telling you, to truly understand the key to making things happen for you. If you are right now going through something where you're just like, I can't get over this hump. Why does it seem like this one little teeny tiny thing that was once so easy is so hard? I can't get over this hump. If you are feeling like, man, I get these feelings about this person, but I see different, but I can't really figure out what I'm feeling. If you feel like you somebody that's something in you, just be like, man, I gotta turn the other way, just energetically get away from this person, or just whatever. It's not just about people, just your life. Or you keep attracting something. You keep attracting betrayal. You keep attracting people who appear to be one way, but they're not. You know, you got people who you all of these different things. At this age that I am, okay, which is over 25, which is over 30, I am going to share with you all. So if you all are out there, you're under 25, good. I'm glad you came here. This is the perfect place for you to be. Over 25, in your 30s, about to hit 40, shit, older than me. Let's talk about it. Nobody is worth it. Everybody wants to see you unhappy. Nobody wants to see you successful. You ever notice people who are at the tippity top of their game as a creative, as an artist? They get called to being a devil worshiper, demon, is that, and the third, right? And as soon as they take away their tattoos, start dressing different, and just pretty much kill who they were, just kill everything that they are. Everybody loves that person all over again. You ever notice that shit as a creative person? And for you, you feel it feels scary, and you feel like, damn, I hate, I don't even like them no more, because I liked them when they were this creative person that was shining in the skincare and their businesses and all this stuff, and now they're just down to nothing. You need to take heed to that. That's what everybody wants to see everybody go through. This whole election is about that. You are witnessing the level of hate, envy, and jealousy that someone has for you in your life that you probably don't even know it. I am streaming somewhere else, so I don't even see a damn chat room, but it's okay, because do I need to talk to people? I don't think that I do. Okay, here we go. Here's my chat room. There we go. Okay. No, I don't need to show my chat room. You need to know that nobody wants to see you happy. Nobody wants to see you have love for yourself. Nobody even wants to see you take care of your skin and dress nice. Nobody does. So you're like, well, what about the disabled people? What about the people who really have worked and retired, but they do need the help? What about people who you have a heart? So you're like, I don't really have a problem with these type of people, or these elders being helped, or people with children being helped, and you're right. But then you have people that's like, well, if you can't afford them, then you shouldn't have them, and we don't need to take care of them, right? That's just the little things that's obvious for us, right? But it's something far more deeper. We got to go deeper than that. Nobody wants to see you happy. No one wants to see you glow or grow. No one wants to see your level ups. Nobody wants to see you be an influencer. You notice that everybody loves the influencer that just has a horrible falling, and then everybody be like, well, let me tell you a tall tale about this, that, and the third. That is jealousy. That's jealousy. Okay? I'm gonna go ahead, do what I do best. Listen to this. I might skip some people because I don't want to hear them, but let's go.
Be jealous of you just because you happy. You don't even need to have the most money, the best car, the best looks. Miserable people will literally envy you just because you have a peace of mind and you
We don't want to hear
down.
them.
So watch.
It's gonna sound insane, but there are people who will actually be jealous of your struggles. People will be jealous of you because you have survived all the things that you've made it through. Okay? Yes. People will literally hate on the fact that you are resilient, that you are a survivor, because the things that you've been through, if they were put in that same position and they had to go through what you went through, they probably wouldn't have made it out on the other side like you did. And for that very reason, people will be jealous of you. It's mind-blowing, but I'm telling you, this is true. You see, not everybody has a fighting spirit. Not everybody has the capability to be resilient, to overcome, to make it out on top, right? And that's why a lot of the times these same people that will be jealous of you, they will be the main ones trying to sabotage you, trying to throw you off course, trying to bring you down, because they're just shocked at the fact that, how did she make it out on the other side? After all that she's been through, how did she make it out on top? How did she keep going? Because they know that if they were in that same position, life would have swallowed them alive. Do you know what I mean? And so for that very reason, people will be jealous of you. And it says a lot about you. It says a lot about your strength. It says a lot about your determination. It says a lot about your resiliency. Don't pay attention to these people. Don't mind these people. Just keep doing you. Keep growing. Keep thriving. And keep evolving. Don't pay them any mind. Hi everyone, welcome back once again to my YouTube channel, and in today's video I'm reacting to people who are giving us reasons as to why
the same person who told me that people are jealous of me was talking about themselves. The same person who kept telling me that people are jealous of me was talking about themselves. Sometimes you got to cut people off so you can sit back, you can think, and you can realize, oh shit. This person told me their zodiac sign are master manipulators. And that sat with me. Oh yeah, it sat with me. You can't say stuff to me and then think that I won't catch on to it. Mm-hmm.
For some reason, they have this burning desire to humble you. You have a light that they want to dim. You have a flame that they want to put out. And you have a confidence about you that they feel like is superior. You think you're better than us, so I'm going to take you off that high horse. But it's like, no, I know who I am. I know whose I am. And you don't like that I'm confident, so you want to humble me. Let's just call a spade a spade. When you know you have a light and you walk, talk, and act like you have a light, that's the problem. When you know what your purpose is and you're walking in that purpose, or you're walking towards that purpose, that's the problem. They got the cars, the clothes, the family, the marriage, all of the materialistic things, and still they haven't quite yet put their finger on the thing that you got your finger on. That's the problem. You have a light and you know you have a light. You have a purpose and you know what that purpose is. That is the problem.
if you have a very magnetic personality and you make friends really well, you socialize well, you're very confident and comfortable in your own skin, you are going to attract weirdos. You are going to attract people who do not have good intentions. I saw somebody say that bugs are attracted to lights, and that is exactly how I feel about this situation. Those bugs, those weirdos, are going to be attracted to your light that shines bright. If you are one of these people, you are what I like to call spiritually rich. You could have way less money than people when it comes to material wealth and this, that, and the third. And because of this spiritually rich personality and this light inside of you and this confidence, you can still make people 10 times richer than you jealous. And just in general, you're going to make people feel very, very uncomfortable. You probably have met weird friends before and you've looked up and been like, why do I keep attracting people like this? But it comes to a point where as soon as you see these traits, you need to cut it off. Because consistently having bugs suck your blood is like, it just takes so much time out of your life. And when you have one of these really vibrant personalities, you have to protect your peace. Because those
It's not always about a vibrant personality either. That's a part of it. Okay. I'm not taking away what they're saying here. Another major part of it is that what in the fuck? Why is that shit on the side, honey? I don't want that there, but fuck it. Another major part of it is you are very comfortable with yourself. You have to understand that something about you is so comfortable with you, and you make choices to change what you don't like. You carry yourself a certain way. You walk a certain way. You talk a certain way. You come into a space and you do what you got to do a certain way. They cannot stand that. I had a situation at work. I want you to really listen to this. The manager asked me to train the guy. the young man. And while I was talking to him, I was speaking to him very practical because I knew if I picked up that paper, I was going to confuse him, right? Paper meaning the paper of the order and everything. He was going to get confused. I kept it very, very practical and simple. I saw her over there talking because she's an obvious jealous, very jealous, catty person. Very obvious jealous and catty. And then I noticed that she gets up, she sneaks up, she picks up the paper, and she goes and talks to him and trains him. I said, that's some mammy ass shit. And I went and did what I had to do. I wasn't getting paid to train that nigga. I didn't give a fuck. And I sat down and I did not fucking care. Did I want to be like, don't disrespect me? And kind of get aggressive with her? Did I want to do? Yes, I did. But then I thought about it and I said, fuck it. I let it go. I sat there and I said, what are you focused on right now? What is more important to you right now? You need to worry about what that needs to be for you right now. And so therefore, yeah.
Most people's main goal is to seem like they like you and care about you and want to get really close to you really, really fast, usually. But then they just want to take your peace away from you because something inside of them hates how peaceful you are, how happy you are with yourself. These are the type of people who will usually, like I said, try to become friends really fast or make those weird comments towards you where they're being like, oh, you're sensitive. Like it was just a joke, but you knew it wasn't a joke. They were being jealous and weird. They always have something to say.
Would this make you buy a Ridge ring? 2 people could win a Lamborghini.
Sometimes you'll notice that if they're single,
you are not alone in this. That's the beauty of what TikTok has shown everybody. Everybody got so real on TikTok. TikTok's zodiac sign is Libra and the Cups of Virgo. That's why it happened this way. People got real with people. People picked up books. People share things. That app Bigo is an Aries, and trust me, you can see the Aries all over that app. Probably with a mix of Leo or some shit in it, because TikTok is dangerous because people like this have decided to turn on the camera and say things like this, and I come over here and do it and talk about things like this.
They want you to be single as well. Like they just don't want you to have things that they don't have. A lot of times these people will use the word we a lot because they want to group you both and make you guys seem like you're the same person or on the same level, because they don't want you to like seem ahead of them because they actually view you as ahead of them. There's a lot of weird stuff that goes into this, but if you know, you know. But you have to protect your energy as soon as you see someone like this and protect your peace. Because you are spiritually rich and you need to protect that.
Some of y'all be wrecking y'all brains trying to understand and figure out what it is about you that makes people jealous. And sometimes it be the people that have more than you. And you can't figure out why sometimes those people are jealous of you when it's
that right there, that part, my mistake is I looked at materially what somebody had. I'm like, well, they got a nice house and they got a car. They got a nice ass car. They got 2 cars. They got motorcycles. They got a good ass job. They got, clearly they got their shit together. And that was my downfall. That right there was my major downfall to why I just could not pinpoint exactly what she about to talk about.
seem like they're doing better than you. The thing is, people are rarely jealous of materialistic things. I mean, sometimes they are, but most of the time people are not jealous of you because of what you have. Because most of what we have can be copied. What people really jealous of is the things about you that can't be copied. They're jealous of your lights, your gift, your anointing, your calling, the way that you love so freely and the way that other people love on you, the way that you exude peace, love, and happiness, the way that you get through every trial and tribulation and it seems like you do it with so much grace. They looking at you like, how does this person keep doing this over and over and over again? It be the things that can't be copied that makes people jealous.
People whose favorite line is, oh, I got my own car, I got my own crib, I got my own everything. Why would I be jealous of you? Girl, it's everything that you don't have that's making you envy me. And we ain't even talking about the physical. It's everything that I possess spiritually that got you upset.
Yes.
The way that I walk with the utmost confidence as if I haven't been through.
Spiritual women, let me tell you something. Spiritual women, let me tell you something. It is a spiritual experience to want success for yourself. That's a spirit, like not on a material level, but just for your being and who you are. That's a spiritual experience. You are going to experience jealousy the most. Somebody religious does not have the capacity to understand who and what you are.
Through anything in life. The way that I effortlessly turn heads when I walk into a room. The way that I've overcame situations that were sent to destroy me. My aura, my heart, my vibe. These are things that you cannot physically go into a store and purchase. And that's why you're mad. Your resilience alone will have people questioning why what they did to you didn't break you. How can you still be so positive about everything? How can you still look at life as if every day is a beautiful new day to start over? I would never look like what I've been through. I would never treat people like what I've been through.
Yeah.
I shine from the inside out. There's not an outfit or a necklace that I can put on to make me shine any brighter than I already do. Baby, it's in me. And
You become the biggest threat. You become the most vulnerable, not when you don't have anything, not when you've succeeded and you've accomplished everything that you want to accomplish. It's right there in between. When you're not quite who you used to be, but you're not quite who you're about to become, that is what triggers people the most. They can sense that something is happening for you and it bothers them. It bothers them.
Let's touch that. Let's touch that. I have a situation in my life right now where it was a hurdle, and I said, why the fuck I can't jump this goddamn thing? Why can't I just kick down this motherfucking hurdle? Why can't I walk around this hurdle? What is going the fuck on? That this one little thing seems to be the setback that I need to get through. And it's like a little teeny tiny fucking setback that is really starting to bother me a bit. It really started to bother me. And I said, you fucking know what? I had to start realizing it. It opened my eyes. I had to see it in a way that I didn't see it before. I was like, I have to work to move my energy from said certain person, because this person does not want to see me have this. I had to tell myself that truth. I was like, and I thought about something that they did that they claimed was an accident. I was like, I have to. And I had to think about my recent experience, because I'm trying to tell you, the shit you go through literally can be the person, right? Just the person you least think. The person you least think is most of the time the motherfucker that's right there in front of you. Okay? And I had to face this truth. I said, oh, this person don't want to see me have that. Because if I go and get that, they know that ain't no stopping me. And I'm going to work my ass off to keep it. See, this person, I feel connected to them and everything, yet I have to even put them in the category of they may have some fear of being left by me as well. You see, you have to be able to identify that. Because what's going to happen is, if you're not paying attention, Your subconscious mind probably knows this, and your subconscious mind is not moving according to what the frequency is around you. Doesn't make you weak. Okay, I need everybody to understand that doesn't make you weak, because that's another thing about these broads. They're and these niggas, they will try to make you feel like you are weak. You are not weak. You are actually the people, actually the people who are weak is the ones that are calling you a weak person. They're weak. You're not weak. And you have to also understand and see and pay attention to yourself in your life more. You have to be someone who is constantly vigilant. I hate that my PTSD has me like that, but I the PTSD made me far more vigilant about people and the way that they are. Envy is dangerous. It's very dangerous.
So much. But that is when you need to press into your boundaries. So you can't create boundaries during this time. This is when you need to know to move quickly, to peep something and stop it. If you're too busy fumbling around trying to figure out what your boundaries are and what lanes people can't cross with you, you're going to get caught up in the whirlwind.
And the way you don't get caught up in that whirlwind is this, not this. The way you don't get caught up in that whirlwind, oh, the universe is fucking funny. Is this really the commercial? Is
before
that
you hit
you, let the rewind her just a little bit, is that you read the books on boundaries, traumas, ancient attachments, codependency, right? You read, I'm very big into books. I'm very big into reading books and meeting yourself halfway. You get yourself into these things. You get yourself into learning, okay? You get yourself into learning yourself, about yourself, and get into your own psychology. Even if you're finding yourself taking a break and crying, that's good, because you're getting to a breakthrough. Those tears are a breakthrough. Like, oh my, like you have to, that awakening is good. You're still young, okay? 40 years old is still young. An 80-year-old woman, a 90-year-old woman is going to tell you, you are still young in 40s. You are still very young in your 30s, and you're damn sure still a baby in your 20s, okay? You have the time. You're not looking at 98 years old and figuring this out. Woo, I hate it for people who are that old and figure it out. You're in the now. Look how young everybody is figuring this out in the now. That is going to be something to set their future. That is going to be the very thing that moves everybody forward in their lives. Okay? So we're going to go back into envy is dangerous, but from what she was saying about the whirlwind stuff, I say read books on boundaries and all these things.
You're going to get caught up in the whirlwind. But right before you hit that tipping point, you really need to press into whatever it is that you're focusing on, because people see you, they can sense what's happening, and you need to be willing to protect your future, your gifts, what you are working towards. You need to be willing to fight for it. It's not just going to be handed to you on a platter and everyone's going to be around applauding you. No, the applause will come later, but first they're going to throw stones. So if you don't know how to protect yourself, you're going to be in trouble.
Listen, before we get to her, because I feel like she about to bring some heat. She about to bring some heat. I could see it in her eyes. Okay? Look. Once you have the realization, just like I told you what I realized, right? Because I got sick over here. I got very, very sick over here. I mean, sick in a way I don't get sick. Once your eyes begins to come to the absolute realization and revelations that this is what's going on, that's like what she said, the exact thing I'm saying now. You're going to have to press on. You're going to have to press on. And you're going to have to put more work in. No matter how much it may hurt, and no matter how uncomfortable it may be, You're going to have to hone in and put that absolute work in to yourself. You got to get that skincare together, girl. Hone in, get that skincare together. You want to go back to wearing your contacts and your lashes? Go ahead, girl. Wear your contacts and your lashes and do your nails and do your feet. Iron your clothes. You understand what I'm saying? Little teeny tiny things that is going to take to make that glow up, to make that change. It takes a day at a time. You might just be a whole nother person tomorrow, and you continue on that path. And that's what the fuck you know yourself to be. Because what happens is when you start to work in that vibration, you will start seeing the people who really do like you and who are for you. But you're also going to see things around you start moving as well. You might start doing that, and then you go to work, and next thing you know, more women are putting on makeup and stuff like that because you brought your energy there. Don't ever feel like I work this job. Why would I wear my nails and my hair done? Because you work that job and you're always at work. That's where you always at. That's where you frequent. And if you give yourself self-care, this is how you're going to give yourself the self-care. What's wrong with that? I don't give a damn if you're getting a ride to work, girl. If you want to doll up before you go to work, you doll the fuck up and you go to work. You on a mission. You got things that you're trying to do. You shaking and you moving. You ain't just being a passenger princess. Especially if you know you're not doing that, you have to understand that you are radiating a frequency. A lot of people's lives are very fucked up out here. A lot of people's lives are very fucked up.
Humans are jealous of you. Remember this and save this post. You will inspire strong women, but you will trigger the hell out of insecure women. What that means is that you carry a big, strong light. And at the deep core, you know who you are, and you have a big, empathic, genuine heart. Yet, insecure women that are not connected to their higher self, to their own power, and are always looking to the outside for validation, they will be triggered by your.
I'm going to tell you something. There is a woman at work, and no, fuck it. I'm going to just tell the truth. It's me, okay? It's me. And there's a guy at the job that I knew him when I was a teenager. Okay, we literally grew up together. I grew up next to his family. I was friends with one of his cousins in high school, and she saw me as a friend because I remember I went back into Facebook and I saw like all the pictures and stuff that she had posted. I said, "Damn girl, you still got these damn pictures?" And so all of these things, right? And so, I don't pay dudes no attention, period. You know what I'm saying? When I'm at work, I'm at work. I've always been that way. But what I had noticed is that he gets excited when he sees me. You know what I'm saying? He gets excited when he sees me and I say what up to him. You can see that there is like some kind of childhood history between me and this guy. He's giving me that energy. I didn't even give him that. Even if I'm not feeling the best, sometimes I'll be like, I saw you, but I didn't get to say hi. He's the only one I have that level of interaction with, right? So, and he has a wife and everything, and I don't pick up that he's one of them creep type of guys. I just don't get that from him. I feel like I would be him, his wife, his family. Like, that's the kind of vibe he gives me. Like, yeah, I get it. So, the same one I told you about with the training, girl, she got to say she done got crazy with what she tell him that she can do and what she can make do with her body and this and that. And he told me this shit. I didn't ask. I was talking about work shit, and I was, whatever his position at work shit, right? And he told me, he's like, yeah, she told me this. And I was just like, whoa. And I was just kind of like, just shaking my head. A lot of time I just shake my head, or sometimes I might just smile and just shake my head because some things just be a little just out there. But you know, I'm grown, so it is what it is, right? We grown. So I realized that there's this secret competition that's there. And I need you to understand that even if it's known that I'm with a woman, the competition might even get more stronger. You see what I'm saying? Because I feel like at work, it's nobody's business. Nobody should know anybody's business. Nobody should know that people got kids. Nobody should know people are married. I feel like strongly, I just feel like nobody should know this at work. This is just like people know too much about people at work. And see, I understand as a spiritual practitioner, people are going to share things with me. I know how to not be dumped on. I know how to protect myself from that, right? Even though I did end up getting sick, but I know why, and we'll get to that later on in the show. This person has some vicious competition with me, and I also have to pay attention to the other one that's cool, but you know she deals with jealousy a lot in her life as well. But that doesn't mean that she won't be jealous of me. You can't exclude people. Okay, that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. My path is a spiritual woman. She's a religious woman. There's going to be jealousy there because of just who you are. She says a lot of wise things. She says a lot of things that, you know, make sense. I get it, you know, but you can't still exclude. You know what I'm saying? Because would she like me if she really knew who I was spiritually?
Light. But you don't need to worry about this. If you do this one thing, if you recognize that you have one or multiple of this women that do not allow for you to grow, that do not inspire you, that do not support your growth, then it's time to let go of the pattern of dimming your own light at the expenses of making someone comfortable. And let me know in the comments with a big yes if you're ready to break this.
Anyone told you today that if someone is acting weird towards you, it is because they are jealous of you. People are way more competitive and envious and jealous than they will ever admit. And that even if you accuse them of like, you know, having like a weird feeling towards you, they will just gaslight you and try to convince you that it's not true. But at the end of the day, no one who truly wants to see you win, no one who truly wants to support you, no one who truly wants to see your success will ever give you any weird feelings, because the only thing that you will be experiencing from them is that, oh my gosh, yes, you go girl. Like your friends and the people you surround yourself with should feel like cheerleaders. It should feel like they are cheering on every new endeavor that you're taking. If you pick up a hobby once a week, they should be cheering you on and say, yes, you're going to be the best knitter. Yes, you're going to be the best content creator. I don't care. But if anyone is not cheering you on consistently and loudly, there is an underlying reason, and we know what that is. It's jealousy.
Most of the time when someone is actually triggering you, it's because they're either jealous or envious of you. I know, shocker. We all think that when we get triggered by someone, it's because we're insecure or something's going on inside of ourselves, which could very well be the case, but someone could be triggering you or getting under your skin or saying something to cut you or doing something because they're actually jealous of you.
I'm going to tell you what happened at work. This is why I don't do playing. Okay? Why I don't do playing. See, I had to realize there was an old lady at the job in her motherfucking 80s that was jealous of me. This is an Asian woman that I would talk to. I didn't have a problem with her. None of that. She just was cranky and extra. But I had to realize she was jealous. And I talked to my friend, Babita. Shout out to you. I said, yo, she said something. And she said something. She said, the reason she is jealous of you is because she knows that you wouldn't have did what she did. Mind you, She went off with a nigga, with a Dusty, and got taken off the wheel. And just to give you, the background of what she's talking about. And she was like, you would have never done nothing like that to yourself. And she knows that. And I was like, I ain't even think about that. Because I wouldn't do nothing like that to myself. Okay? I ain't even think about that.
And you don't see that. You just see the trigger. Look at this person, look at your relationship to this person, and do you have something that they want? We all have those people in our life that at times we feel like we're in a competition, or maybe they feel like they're in competition with us. So what I want you to understand is how to handle how you feel when you are around this person. That's going to be where you're going to feel super powerful. You're just kind of living your life doing your thing, and you're triggering this person because you are who you are, or because you have the things that you have, and maybe they don't have it, or maybe they never have had it. Maybe they never will have it. They might downplay anything that you do. Any role that you have, any success that you have, any accomplishments that you have, they're not going to be as excited for you because they can't. They're going to want to spin stories that maybe even make you look like the problem. They're going to feel in competition with you, and that actually might trigger you to feel like you're in competition with them. This person most likely has absolutely no idea that they're jealous or envious of you, or that they have that deep level of insecurity.
Can I smell it?
What?
All right.
I
smell
never
amazing. You get
thought about
$100. Every
that.
person
I
that I find wearing
remember
carpe gets $100.
the moment that I cut off that friend because of something she said to me. Like, it really did fucking trigger me. And I wanted to say some real low shit to her. I mean, I wanted to go low, okay? I never thought that being triggered could be because the person is so jealous of you. I never thought about that. I'm glad I knew I could tell some people who gonna bring that heat. She looks like a white Asian. Them Asian women, man. Them older women, them older white women with the blonde hair for some reason, or the blonde hair old women always get me in Asian women. She looks like a mixed Asian though, like a Vietnamese, probably not full Asian. You can tell in her eyes.
When you mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually have yourself together, there will be people that don't like you simply because you're not into ghetto things like gossiping. You don't like being involved in drama. You don't care to be.
Let's tap into that. Hold on. Let me put her pretty face back together. It's so hard when people talk. That's fine. Okay. That gossiping shit, I read this years ago in one of my books, and it said that gossiping has a negative energy. It went into the numerology. She went into everything. An older woman wrote this book, and she said gossiping has a negative energy. She broke it down. No gossiping. That's a rule that I'm giving to myself. I'm telling you, when I'm not playing with you, when I say I'm gonna have a little paper for myself at work and I'm gonna keep it on me and just look at it, fold it up and put it back in my pocket wherever it's at, or put it in my bra wherever it's at, that's what I'm gonna do. No gossiping. No talking about your business and or plans. Okay?
Emotionally, physically, and spiritually have
all these people that gossip. Oh, girl, the tea, because that's how I talk. I gotta stop doing that. Girl, about the gag. I still say that. I can't stop it. But oh, girl, let me tell you the tea, girl, and all that shit, and clock it, and all these people that's low vibrational, low minded shit. Oh, who got the best clap back? And all this type of clap, all this shit is low vibrational, low minded shit. Intelligent people think before they speak. Intelligent people know that even if they're thinking it, or even if it's the truth, it doesn't need to be said out loud. People who come from that low vibrational way of thinking, they don't have that compass. I had to realize I had a little cousin that was jealous of me. I didn't even notice that. I had an aunt that was jealous of me. Jealous of me. It hurts. Trust me, it hurts. I used to, I remember I used to be told, well, why don't you hang around your family? Something in me must have knew that shit. And these are my younger cousins. And it's certain ones I had to realize this little bitch was jealous. And I didn't see that.
Yourself together. There will be people that don't like you simply because you're not into ghetto things like gossiping. You don't like being involved in drama. You don't care to be seen or heard from. You're quiet and out of chaos. That's a sign that you are focused on bettering yourself and you hold high standards. But let me tell you that these individuals will be so upset by your existence that they will do anything to cancel you out. They'll start trying to turn people against you and ruin your reputation. And honestly, this is exactly why I always advise you to live detached from your reputation, because if you're detached from your reputation, nobody can get to you. And remember, your reputation is only an image of how others see you. You don't have control in how others see you. What you do have full control over is your world, how you see yourself, and that's the only thing that should matter. The worth and value that you know that you're worth. They can't get inside of your world, and that's the only thing you should be trying to protect. They start trying to turn people against you and people actually turn against you, let them. If they were turned against you so easily, then that means in the first place they weren't being real with you. So be glad that you're out of that environment. Number one reason they try to damage your reputation is because they want other people to see you the way they see you. They will treat you like you're doing something bad for wanting to live a better life. I tell you that if you're going through this, that's actually a good thing, because it means that you're doing something right in life. So never dim your light for anybody. Never tolerate these humiliation rituals against you. Once you sense the energy and you realize that this is happening to you, somebody's trying to clown you, somebody's trying to ruin your reputation, turn people against you, get up out of there, girl. And this can literally be your husband, your wife, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, even your best friend, even the closest person.
Do not exclude anybody. If I can teach you anything, young bloods, do not exclude anybody. Okay? It's all energy that's around you. You have to be able to accept the absolute truth about yourself, about how you carry yourself, what you look like when you walk out here, because you have to start changing you. You have to start looking at yourself like, why am I talking so much? Why do I think that it's okay to be cool with this person? Why am I still, wait a minute. Have I lost my purpose? Have I lost direction? And that's when you get back on track. Be thankful for yourself to even have crossed paths with a show like this. Be thankful for yourself to even have come here and realize, like, to have the realization is enough of the breakthrough.
To you, okay? So be careful with that. If you're an individual who has status, someone who influences, someone who's very successful, and a lot of people are drawn to you, you're at risk for humiliation rituals. The person utilizing humiliation rituals against you will always make sure that they have an audience whenever they clown you. You really need to protect yourself from that. Remember what I'm telling you guys. They will go as far as, let's say you're at a party or like a family gathering or something, they will bring up very embarrassing things from your past before you leveled up.
Energy never lies. That's why when you get the feeling that somebody does,
she shouldn't have cut that off. She shouldn't have cut that off. That's that whole I remember when bullshit. I am telling you, Low-minded, jealous brain people, you can see it in their eyes how much they are jealous and how much they hate you.
Doesn't like you and your gut senses just start tingling, bro, you better believe yourself. When somebody is low-key not supposed to be in your life, like they're just a hater, they don't like you like that, like something is just off, the signs will be there, and the number one sign will always be the energy that they give you, especially when you're like.
Let me take this moment to say I am very proud of you young Gen Zs. I love y'all. I know a lot of people got the other side of y'all that everybody likes to talk about, but listen to me closely, Gen Z. If I can give you an applause right now, I can. I love y'all. Because y'all didn't get scared away. Y'all didn't have a mammy. The ones who on the camera right now talking. Y'all did not have a mammy to stare you away from this level of intuition and these things that you were seeing. You didn't have nobody giving you mammy rhetorics. I'm very proud of y'all. And what I hope for is that all of you are wise enough to fucking walk away from black males. I really do. And walk away from the fucking clone of the black male, which is that thug, nasty stud bitch anyway. Let them continue to date them and be with them anyway, because that's where they belong. I'm proud of y'all, but let's go.
An intuitive person, you be knowing, and like sometimes you try to like downplay stuff and you're like, oh, you know, maybe I'm just making things deeper than they are, maybe it's just me being in my head. No, you're not. Honestly, you just have to get to a point where you accept that not everybody's gonna like you like that, and that's honestly okay. You're not gonna be for everybody and everybody's not gonna be for you, and that is just like a fact of life. But to sit here and try to dim your light just to make other people feel comfortable or make somebody like you or keep somebody in your life, like, nah, do not do that. Me personally, I just gotten to a point where I just let people think what they want to think about me, and I don't particularly care that much. In my personal opinion, I feel like people's opinions of you only really matter when you give them weight and when you give them importance. And it's just like everybody's gonna have a thought, everybody's gonna have an opinion, everybody's gonna be thinking something, and it's just like, why give more?
Recently at work, I told somebody who was in my face every day what another employee had said, and the other woman, the one that's, she was like, oh, that's why I didn't want to say nothing. I didn't want to cause no problems. Blah, 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 blah. That employee went to the other manager and said, well, I heard this and that, and just made a whole scene. You are never supposed to care. You are never supposed to care like that. You understand? There's ways to do things. Go to your manager and say, is there anything that I have been doing that I've been lacking at work that I need to know? Is there anything about my work performance that you need to tell me about that I've been doing? That's how you be professional. That's how you do it. I'm just saying. Let's go.
Power to something that's really not even that important in the grand scheme of things. You shouldn't stop being you. I shouldn't stop being me and living in our authentic self just to make other people feel comfortable and just to keep people around. Like, let them go so you can make space for somebody even better to come into your life.
When a woman is jealous of another woman, it's really never about a bag or anything that she has. It's usually her essence and her aura and just the way that she carries herself. It's usually an authenticity and self-esteem that they lack, and so it becomes threatening and intimidating to them. It's a light that's not only in her face, but in her heart, and that's what radiates and gives her that aura. It's the values she holds. It's the standards she has. This is...
So you're telling me that it's not healthy to obsess over your partner 24/7 like I do? What you've described there...
Girl, no, it's not healthy.
Real beauty of a woman. And the reason why that is what sparks jealousy is because you can't replicate her aura or her energy, whereas a bag, you most certainly can. The truth is, it's really the light that you shine that bothers them so much. But without permission, no one could ever turn off that light.
So guys, jealousy is real, and if you notice that people are jealous of you, you have to cut them out of your life, because sometimes you can even be wondering, why are some people jealous of you? And you realize such people can be giving you backhanded compliments, or even separately hope you fail in everything you're doing. And the truth is, guys, jealousy is just like a mirror. It says more about them than it does about you, so it should not bother you at all. By the way, that should also show you that you are on the right path. And sometimes the thing.
Oh no, we're not doing that. I don't need conclusions. Okay, I don't. When they start talking, I'll be like, damn, it's a jealousy epidemic. It's a jealousy epidemic. We're going to go back. Let's go.
Everyone hates you because you're not like them. Sometimes you see people with things that you.
I don't want to hear Dusty. I need y'all to I don't want to hear them. I don't want to hear them. I don't give a fuck if it's gay or what. I don't want to hear them. It don't fucking matter to me. Let's go.
But you love yourself.
This is a conversation that women are having with women. Like, this is literally a conversation between women. Tell me I'm lying. Why are they here?
People will hate you because of how much love you have for yourself. Can we be real quick? And I know a lot of fake gonna find this video because they always do. But for the real ones, can we keep it a buck? Do you know how hard it is to love yourself? Do you know how hard it is to accept yourself? Ugly, good, bad, all of it? This is gonna be a rant because I got time today. All of us were placed here. Nobody asked to be here unless y'all know something I don't know. You didn't get to pick how you look. You didn't get to pick how you sounded. You don't get to pick how much money you were.
People who are like this, they ain't really learned nothing. That's why she getting skipped. I'm going to show you how calm and poised and put together the women who are telling you this. Look at the difference of the energy.
People don't like you. You want to know why you feel so out of place in this world? I'm going to tell you. Because most of what you see on this app and every other app for that matter is staged. It's artificial. The relationships you see, the perfect relationships, staged. The I moved to Bali in a backpack influencer, staged. The my glutes are made at the squat rack and the perfect, staged. That was an operating table. And for someone like you who stands in their truth, this is going to be an extremely confusing and extremely frustrating experience to be as that kind of person. That's why when you are in social settings, you listen and you don't talk. Because when you finally do speak up, everybody gets uncomfortable and you end up withdrawing. Because when you speak your truth, people are going to freak out. They're going to be clutching their pearls because they're not used to somebody like you. They're used to putting masks on. And that's why everybody that they hang out with is also actors, because they're also living a staged experience. People are so used to putting on a show that when they can't live without a script, they don't know what to do. And that's why being around you, somebody who's honest and authentic, makes them uncomfortable.
This is why I could not share with my neighbor, and I didn't even ask her the update of the whole Section 8 thing. You know, I didn't even want to even mention it, because when I had talked about it, she had made a comment of someone that was on it, and I said, well, I'll check my information and get back to you. But what reason do I need to do that when she can read it herself, right? This is what I'm saying to you, is that just stuff like that. Like, I don't even want to tell. I'm just, yeah.
Well, if you feel out of place, it's because you are out of place. And that's a good thing. You want to know why people...
Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, I kindly request you to subscribe. In this video, I'm going to be showing you different people, giving you reasons as to why sometimes.
Is that you? Okay, girl. I like them cut up jeans. And I like that top. We shouldn't be eating dairy anyway. It don't matter if it's no milk.
Women wondering why women hate on you for no reason. The reason you think that way is because you haven't been taught that being beautiful is dangerous, whether that's outer beauty or inner beauty. Not only because women will hate on you, but because men can become obsessed with you. There's always a reason why women hate on you. And more often than not, that reason is intrasexual.
I'm gonna tell you something that I had realized with at work, right? I don't know what it is about a certain shift on my job. A lot of them women are like really cute and pretty and got nice bodies. I don't know what it is about that shift. I don't know what they doing with their life. Okay, I don't know if they just want to start their day early, get it, start their second work. Maybe they got a goddamn. I don't know. They got something going on because when I tell you, they look good, as they say. Them women look good. Bodies looking good, looking tight. Okay, looking like they hitting that gym. You understand? Hitting that gym. That's how good their bodies look. I mean, nothing flabbing around, nothing. I can tell a woman who has a natural fit body versus a woman who just tucking in her stomach, right? Look at me and listen to me very closely. That same one I was talking about was complaining about them not having the proper work pants on. Let me tell you what I said when we first had uniforms at that. I said, yo, they don't know women because if a woman got a body, she gonna show it off. Whatever we got, we're gonna show it off. We like, you can't stop a woman who knows how to dress, how to show off her body and show off, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is that she wants to flaunt. She gonna flaunt it because everything about us is not always flaunting. Flaunt, if you understand being a woman and you're not male identified, you understand as a woman, you might just like the way it feels to be in a certain outfit, a certain look. I love me some high-waisted fucking jeans. There's something about the way you can style high-waisted. I'm talking the jeans that goes up over the waist, up under the titties. Yeah, that's the type of jeans that I like. And also, I like just the way it silhouettes my body. Okay, that's me. Okay, I get on, and even when I have on jeans, I wear my jeans high waisted because that's how much I love that style. Okay, now let's get into something here, right? She was feeling some type of way, and I said to her, I said, "Oh no, I said, no, they're working out." I said, "That's because her stomach is flat. That's why the clothes fit her like that." But she was so gun ho on what she could wear and what she couldn't wear, comparing herself to them. What is going on in that moment? It ain't even about the damn pants, y'all. It's about the fact that men are looking. There is a woman at work, the women at work that I like to call the legging bitches. Okay, let me tell you what the legging bitch is. The legging bitch that comes to work like that, she comes to work like that on purpose so that she's a pick me. Every bitch that comes to work with leggings, especially if you have a job that requires physical labor, she is a bitch that is a pick me. She's going to be in competition with every woman at that job. She's going to look at you weird and funny. She's going to be very weird towards you. She's going to have an attitude all the time. She may even trigger you. You may even end up cursing that bitch out the first day of work if you're not careful. She is a pick me. She sizes you up. She sees you as fucking competition. She doesn't need, you cannot come in there and be a naturally beautiful woman. You might come in that bitch sagging, okay? I know my pants was not on me all the way. They sagged a little bit. I look a little bit like a stud at work, even though you could tell I wasn't because of the way I walk, but I look a little bit like a goddamn stud. And on top of that, when you have a natural beauty about yourself, when you have a likability about yourself, and then you don't want to fuck with people on top of that, they can't stand women like you. In me, okay? They cannot stand the fact that they, first of all, they need males validation. They will flirt with a bitch who's a masculine presenting woman. Okay, you got to understand how deep a pick me goes. She's not even bisexual. She just likes the attention that she can get. That's what a pick me is. They just like the attention of a male so much that they don't understand even a woman who doesn't want that type of attention from a male. And they can sense that you don't want it and men are giving it to you. Let me tell you something. She probably knows who likes you before you even paid attention to even notice who likes you. You might really have somebody, listen, I'm not going to hold you. I got a whole person at work. All right. A whole stud. And I was like, I'm about to get that one. Okay. This what my mind is at. I'm like, I'm about to get that bitch. Okay. I'm about to get her. But what happened is I'm somebody doing that, but she can peep that homeboy on the forklift. Every time he see you, he might approach you or he might say something to you. She can peep all of that. You don't have a clue because you looking at that damn stud. You a dyke. I'm a dyke. I'm looking at that stud. I'm trying to get that. But she don't know that. Or let's go for the straight women. Maybe you ain't looking at nobody. Maybe you got your boo. Maybe your boo is on your phone. Maybe your boo is right there on your screensaver on your phone, right? Wallpaper. That's what it's called on the phone. Yeah, wallpaper on your phone. Shit. You probably talk to your boo every day, text your boo every day, probably be on the phone with your boo secretly at work when you're not supposed to every day. But she gonna peep somebody that like you before you do. That's a motherfucking pick me.
Competition, or they feel threatened that you will take away their attention from someone. They are intimidated by you. Envy and jealousy are very powerful emotions. You have something in you that they can sense because energies pick up on energies. Beauty attracts both positive and negative attention, whether that's inner beauty or outer beauty. As soon as you walk into a room, they will place you on a pedestal because they feel that you are better than them. And if you are authentic and you possess the qualities of a feminine goddess, that kills them. And they see you as a potential threat. And the reason they will treat you like shit.
Pick me's choose. You want to know who's choosing the worst motherfucking males to be around? It's a goddamn pick me. You want to know who really, really are choosing the worst damn people? It is a goddamn pick me. Okay?
Is so they can feel this sense of superiority over you. And the one thing you must understand is that you can't control them. You can't stop them from wanting to try you. If they choose to spend their energy trying to bring you down instead of working on themselves to become a better person, they will do it. But what you can do is protect yourself. Has it ever happened to you that you meet someone and you just get this bad vibe, but you don't really know what that is? That's your gut telling you that they have bad intentions because your energy picked up on their energy. Always trust your intuition. You don't have to stick around to find out why you have that gut feeling. Keep them at a distance. You don't have to make friends with somebody who gives you a bad vibe. Just sit back and be observant. Learn to be observant. I promise you that once you learn to be observant, you're going to see people's intentions clearly from a mile away. And girl, if you've ever experienced this, you have already won. You don't need to compete with anyone. For all the women wondering,
people hate you.
She's pretty. Very pretty. I can see why people hate her. Look at all that hair. Look at her beautiful face. See, I have a long face. So I'm always cheering on the long face girls. You know what I'm saying? The ones that, one thing about being a long face girl, it's so many hairstyles. Like, we can wear the most creative hairstyles. Like, we can wear our hair out. My hair is literally similar to hers in a sense. I kind of got it tied to the side because I had to cut my sides down a little bit. But we look so good in mohawks, bro. I don't know what it is about. I call it, we have mohawk heads. We look so good with undercuts, mohawks, colored hair. Listen, long faced girls, listen, we are it. Okay, I don't give a damn what nobody say.
And the first thing that comes to your mind is, I'm kind, I'm loving, I'm caring, I'm giving. Why would they hate me? That's exactly why. Let's break this all the way down. Number one, when you are a kind person, you are thinking about others. You keep your boundaries, but you still extend yourself in the ways that feel authentic.
Would this make you buy a Ridge wallet? Two people.
She is gorgeous.
To you. You see someone in need, you say, how can I help them? There's a lot of people on this planet that do not think that way. And they get triggered when they see someone else who does. When they give to someone, they do it because they want to get something in return.
Yes.
They don't say it, but this is something that they have in the back of their minds. I'm giving to look good. I'm giving so that I can get something back in return. It's transactional. What can you give me? What can you give me? What can you give me first? Give to me first, and maybe I'll give to you later. It has a lot of fear. It has a lot of anxiety. It has a lot of stress. It has a lot of, oh, I don't want to do too much for people. When you're kind, notice I'm not saying nice, but kind, which means it's from the heart. It's genuine. It's who you are. You're empathetic. You see people, it pulls at your heartstrings, especially when they need help. You're going to trigger people who could care less about others. A lot of politicians will fall into this. A lot of people who are just like, what are the optics of me giving back? What am I going to get out of it? It's always them first. I'm selfish. I want to give so that I can get. So just remember that who you are naturally.
They're gonna always hate you without knowing you. They're gonna always hate on you without interacting with you. They're gonna always have something to say about you, though they've never spoken to you, because they're looking at what they'll never be. They'll never be that confident.
I'll be back in a minute.
They'll never be that secure. They're projecting the fact that you have obtained what they'll never possess. Do you?
So guys, it's so sad to hear that some
Was that a
people
dude?
can really be so hateful to that extent, because you get to realize that they're hate.
The world is hateful. What was that talking? That was a dude. I can't stay. Please stay out of women's conversations. We are women and we are talking to each other about what women are doing. Why are y'all? Please stop jumping in. Take care of yourself so you don't become a hater. I need you to also do something else. Notice that there are friendship betrayal stories here. You're not alone in this, okay? If you learn anything from this show tonight, please know that you are not alone in what you are experiencing and what you have gone through and what you may be going through right now. I'm talking to you directly, okay? Please note, please note, in this world is you. You are working vibrationally. We're at the top of the hour. From the inside out. So everything is reflecting outside of you for what's going on inside of you, right? So you also have to pay attention to the vibrations that's going on outside of you. You have to also check yourself. Why am I being kind like this? You got to check this. Why do I still be kind even though I know all these people in the room hate me? Why did I not put my makeup and nails and stuff back on anymore? Why is it so aggravating every time I do? Everybody's all in my face. You have to start checking yourself. What I have to realize about me is I I have touched elbows with celebrities. I have touched elbows with influencers. I have been in the houses of them. Okay. I have people right now that I know that have made it, and I have hugged them and I have been around them. I have one that I had laid down in her lap, and she is right now on TV successful with celebrities wearing her stuff. I have to understand that this is the frequency of life that I have been on. So when I do things, I do things. I have to also not deny that I have been public for a long time, whether people know me or not. I've had a blog out there, I had videos out there, I have an audience of people, I had my own website for a while, I had a crazy ass Twitter following, and I hung up and got let go of everything. I mean everything. Erased everything. I still got it over here with me, but I let it all go. But I had something in my life that got me to close to being in fame. I'm not gonna hold you. It got me very close to fame. And I also have a life that I'm going to keep it a buck with all of you right now. No lies. If I really truly wanted to live a celebrity life, show myself with all these celebrities, go to celebrity parties, I have the luxury to do that. I have the privilege to do that. And what do I mean by privilege? I have family in the industry. I have a family member that if I ever wanted to make something professional and clean it up and get an engineer, I can go to that cousin house in New Jersey and get that done. I know that cousin will do it for me and won't even charge me, even if I tried to give him money. I got a cousin that's an A&R. You got to understand, I got family in the industry. So that energy does not leave me. I have to accept that about myself. I read books on success, on acting like the life that you want. I'm every day fixing myself. I got up and started learning interior designing. I will get up and learn how to do home organization and stuff. I will get a book on that if I need to. I signed up for masterclass and I'm learning from that. Every day I'm working on myself. I will do 4 hours of overtime if I can do it at work. I have a drive and an ambition that is in me. And I have a drive and an ambition that will get me to success. I know that I have inner hangups because I have allowed other people to make me feel almost insecure about what I have. And this is what is subconsciously happening to a lot of these influencers or a lot of these people who are out there, who are sharing their life, who are doing makeup videos and all these different type of things. This is why people, when you see them go through these public breakdowns and stuff and everybody loves it, it's because something subconsciously in them has allowed other people to make them feel this way, or they fuck around and they date the wrong person and then everything is gone that they once had. We all knew Hailey Berry shouldn't have been with no goddamn rapper. We all knew Hailey Berry should have been with no rapper. We don't know her personal world. She probably got a whole bunch of mammies around her that probably drilled it in her head that she better not ever date no man that's not black. She better be with a black man. We don't know what her life is like. And I wouldn't be surprised, I said it, that's what it is. And we see Hailey Berry down to a baby fucking mama. How embarrassing is that to be the first black Little Mermaid, and now you are a baby fucking mama? The stereotype. These are things that I have to face about myself. I know how to do a good skincare routine. I know how to clean up and take care of myself better than what I'm doing now. I know how to do self-care. But why am I not doing it? Why am I not doing it to the capacity that I can do it? I know how to do spiritual baths and heal myself and do all this. I know how to do it. I said I was going to buy myself a jacuzzi, and as soon as I said that, some bullshit happened. That's how much people are jealous. I I'm gonna tell you what I can't talk about. I can't talk about decorating my home. I can't talk about cleaning my home. I can't talk about the garden that I wanted to put in my front yard. I can't do it now with this lousy ass landlord. I can't talk about anything no more. You understand? I have to go completely silent. Whatever they know, whatever they think they know, they're just gonna have to keep it that way, and I'm just gonna have to keep it silent. I'm gonna have to kind of distance myself and try to avoid people as much as I can, and keep work as work. If I feel like I want to talk, I'm gonna have to just be quiet. I'm gonna have to not talk. These are the things that I'm gonna have to do. If somebody offered me, hey, I made something, this and that, I'm gonna have to say no. I'm going to have to make all of these drastic changes for myself. And it's okay, boo. If you made a mistake and you talk to everybody, if you made a mistake and you said too much, if you made a mistake and you overshared and you got vulnerable, you can get yourself back together again, baby. All you got is now. All you got is now. It ain't too late. It ain't like that. If you've been betrayed by a friend, you've been betrayed by a friend right now. I know it hurts, baby. I know it hurts, boo. I want you to understand and hear me out. I guess I'm gonna have to get in auntie mode for you. All right. I'm gonna get in auntie mode and tell you this right now, boo. You need to understand that that's a part of life. And these things, you have these experiences because it makes you get focused back on yourself, and it makes you find and discover and learn what the fuck you are worth. That's why you go through this, boo. I need all of you. I'm gonna be auntie right now. That's why you go through it. This is life, but it doesn't have to stay and remain your life, because you know what? There are great people out there. I can say that. There are wonderful people out there. You have to get to the vibration of those people. They are the most quietest, the most silent, the most private, the most beautiful. I promise you that. They do not let people have access to them. They do not make themselves accessible, because you have to check these things. Do you make yourself too accessible? Are you being kind to kind of ease down the energy? Do you find yourself talking because you don't want to come off too quiet? Do you find yourself not dressing up no more because of the environment that you're in? You have to look at all of these things within yourself, because you're letting the energy around you affect you. You're letting it steal your light. Let me tell y'all something, okay? I know people who got their own mother that is jealous of them. And trust me, a friendship betrayal, somebody stabbing you in the back, a relationship cheating on you, don't compare to the jealousy, envy, hate, disdain that your own mother can have for you. When you could sit here and you could see a woman who got kids by multiple niggas and dudes, whatever she choose to drop the damn baby. When you could sit here and you could see people who wear pajamas all day and walk outside. When you could see people who got all these horrible ass ways that they are, and the mother and daughter just adore and love each other. But here you are, the daughter, trying to be the best that you can be, trying to give your life the best, and you're just crying, thinking your mother doesn't love you because of all the material things that you don't have, thinking your mother doesn't love you because you're in the projects, thinking your mother doesn't love you because of maybe because of your life choices. When you all have to find out at the end, she's fucking jealous of me. She's fucking jealous of me. That nothing hurts more than that, baby. I know that hurts, but you have to now mother yourself. And the reality of life, see, there's no fixing that. I'm going to tell y'all right now. I know everybody wants to say that, why don't you talk to your mother and this and that? When you have a mother with such visceral hate for her own daughter, because there are mothers that hate their daughters. Okay? You got to go to therapy for that, baby. You got to take it to the altar, baby. You got to take it to the spirit guides, whatever your spiritual practice is, you got to take it there. I'm serious. And you have to sit down, and it's going to sound hard, but you may have to accept the reality of what it is with the mother you have or the mother you don't have. And some of us don't have mothers. We don't have them. They may physically be here, but we don't have no mother. Okay? And you may even realize that the problems in all your life, the jealousy, the envy and hate is probably all stemming from that relationship with your mother and even your father or even your stepfather. That nigga she been beside. You may find out that that's who was really motherfucking jealous of you. But whatever, you have to face the reality of this person may physically be here, but I do not have that person. You're going to have to face that truth. And see, if you ever bring that to the person, they're going to get very vicious. And their colors are going to show. And it's going to give them a reason to be a victim in that situation. You got to let that go. Okay? Let me get another one. We are at the top of the hour, baby. We're going to get a little bit more deeper. Let me see if I can find a video since I'm talking about this topic. There is a woman who catfished her daughter. Okay. I'm going a lot of people says they say narcissistic, but we're going to go ahead and use that word. Not getting into that. That looks too bubbly. Hold on. Daughters of narcissistic mothers, a secret fear we all share and are afraid to admit. Daughters of narcissistic mothers. Okay. She's good too. I'm trying to see who. This is Dr. Romano. I need to start listening to her again. She's really good. I'm going to go ahead and play her. Let me turn this commercial down. I was trying to find TikTok, but I'm going to go ahead and keep looking. Y'all go ahead and watch this.
Subject that not a lot of people talk about. I've never really heard anybody talk about it on YouTube or really anywhere else. And I wanted to talk about it because obviously if there's some confusion out there about this topic, then we need to clear it up. We need to understand the mind. I'm all about understanding the mind, getting all of you out of the fight or flight mode, which is survival mode, and into a learning mode. That's going to shift your brain, and that alone helps you feel a lot more powerful in your life. So those of us who are struggling with codependency, let's do a quick breakdown. Codependent means we have to expand our understanding of it. It means that I am not present. When you're codependent, you cannot be present. You cannot be present because you're still trying to gain other people's validation. So you're not batshit crazy. You're not. You're actually doing what the brain thinks you need to do. So we have a belief that we need validation from the outside that we've not yet confronted. So it's important that you begin to confront those ideas. Now, if you're codependent, more than likely you were abused in childhood, either overtly or covertly, either by omission, when you were hit, harassed, criticized, blah, 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 sexually abused, all that jazz, not nice stuff, or you were abused by omission, meaning that you were ignored. It is abusive to come home as a child and not have anybody give a crap about you, because we need to feel seen. And when we don't feel seen, we cannot feel seen inside the self. You might want to rewind that. We're only 2 minutes in, but that is crucial information for you. And that's something that I reiterate over and over and over in my books, on my blog, and in my coaching program, and in the videos. If you did not feel seen as a child, you don't feel seen to the self. We have to have those neurons turned on inside our own brain so that we can identify with some sense of self. Very, very important. What we have to confront as an evolving species is this idea that we need to be validated outside of ourselves. Our validation has to come from within. Now, this video is about the fear so many of us who have had narcissistic parents, specifically narcissistic moms. The fear we have as primarily daughters, but also sons have this fear also. If you had a narcissistic dad, perhaps you might be have the same fear as a daughter that has a narcissistic mom. And the fear is we're afraid to have children. We're so afraid to have children because we might do to our children what was done to us. It is a taboo subject, and so many of us have decided that we just don't want to have children, and we don't really we really don't question why. Some of us absolutely know. I don't want to have children because I had such a disconnect with my mom, and I don't want to pass that on. I had a woman who came through my coaching program, and after deciding, up until that time, she had always said she didn't want to have children. Actually, I think there might have been two people that came through the past group, two women that came through the past group, that after they were able to connect to the self, they decided, well, wait a minute, I actually do want to have children. I actually do want to give this love to another child, give this love to a child that I have found for myself. So I just wanted to spend just a few minutes talking about it and really, really validate the many of you who have commented on my one thread, the video about narcissistic moms and what happens to we, the victims, the daughters of these moms, and the ways that we suffer. One of the ways that we suffer is that, in general, we're supposed to presume that a mother could never hurt her child. But when you are the daughter of a narcissist, your mother can't see you. Like, she has no empathy for you. It is all about mom. And you're really just this object that she gets to bounce her narcissistic needs off of. She's constantly trying to get her needs met through you. So she is all encompassing. She is completely self-absorbed. And if you insult mom, she's chopping your head off. Like, she's taking you out at the knees. And she will say the most cruel things to you because you refuse to, supply her with her narcissistic, ego satisfaction. Like, you just did not satisfy her ego. And that's what happens with moms. And the real criminal thing, I think, or the sad thing, is that every daughter craves her mother's validation. And when we feel rejected by the beings, emotionally rejected and unseen by the females, what we picture as the divine feminine that brought us onto this planet, we feel inept as females. We feel like there must be something wrong with me because my mother doesn't love me. I never felt that connection. I never had that bond, really, really take hold with this woman. So if my mother doesn't love me, there must be something really, really wrong with me. And I think that speaks to why so many of us who have had dysfunctional and very difficult relationships with our mothers, that's one of the reasons so many of us struggle with thinking about having children, or we just naturally feel, nope, not having children. We don't even question why. I was asked, one of the questions that I received on YouTube by you guys was, did you ever struggle with wondering whether or not you should become a mother? Absolutely. And I really struggled with thinking about having a girl. I was so afraid. I thought I would do okay with boys, but I was so afraid that I was going to do to my daughter what my mother did to me. I think it's a very, very common feeling.
So I don't have to go too deep. You can go to Dr. Romano. She's really good. We're going to take it and flip it over here, because I was looking for TikTok videos because they kind of just move a little bit more faster. All right, let's go.
Cameron to say he's sorry for spending his birthday with his new girlfriend and not his mother.
Her face. Her page is called Sick and Tired, but it's just so funny. Her face just cracked me up. I like her background.
Okay, we're not done.
We're not done.
Tell everybody how you feel.
Public apology for not spending my birthday with my mother. I shouldn't have spent my birthday with my mother.
And
I love you, Mum.
more than
everyone else.
Ever. And you will always
Love you more than...
No, hold on. You will always...
spend my birthday with you.
And you will always...
Put you first.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. All right, you all heard it.
Yeah, there you go.
I love you.
Love you too, Mum.
That was crazy. I was not expecting the lip on lip.
Okay. All right, you all heard it.
Yeah, there you go.
I had to see this part.
I love you.
Love you too, Mum.
That was crazy. I was not expecting the lip-on-lip kiss there at the end. How do you guys feel about that? I know that's kind of like a heated debate, right? We don't have yesterday's video, but I can make new things to argue about. My mom always kissed us kids on the mouth. I started to get really uncomfortable with it. I think it was probably after I had my daughter. What a surprise. Everything else I figured out that is wacky was after I had my daughter. Now this is my mom. This is how my mom is. She tries to assert her power. So I've never told my mom directly that I'm uncomfortable with her kissing me on the mouth, which I don't let her do anymore, by the way. I don't kiss my daughter on the mouth. My husband doesn't kiss my daughter on the mouth. Like, I kiss her.
You know what's so funny about that? I kissed my babies the most when they were babies. When they got to that stage of life, you know, where they can, like, I didn't do all that kissing stuff.
Her cheeks and her face because she's just so damn cute, but her mouth never. Like, I just don't. The topic got brought up at one point, and I just said, no, we don't kiss Racy on the mouth. Like, I would never kiss her on the mouth. And my mom didn't really say anything. Now, you would think that right there she would have, they're not comfortable with that. Every time my mom comes over to give me a kiss, she leans right into my mouth. And every time I turn it and let her kiss my cheek. Again, you would think she'd pick up on it, but I really do think it's like a power move, I'm your mom, I can do what I want. I don't want to like make people think that, like, if you're a mommy and you give your, baby a kiss on the mouth, that I think that you're a gross person. I don't want people thinking that. I think there is a certain age though that you just don't do that anymore. I don't know. I just think it's weird. Another thing that she does, not to keep harping on my mom, she always drinks out of my drinks. I'm really weird about that. The only person I share my drinks with is my daughter and my husband. I don't share my drinks with anybody else. I'll just have like my coffee or my soda or something sitting down next to me. My mom will just come and drink it. Ew, gross. Now I need to get a new one, like, because your mouth is gross and I don't want your mouth anywhere near my mouth. Like, that's disgusting. Why does she do that? Again, I think it's like a power thing, like asserting her power over me. So, next video. How do you guys feel about gender reveal parties?
Okay. Ready?
I'm scared.
1, 2, go!
It has to be a prank. It's a prank.
I think that might be one of the saddest things I've ever seen. The dad actually seemed happy and the mom was the one that was getting all aggravated. If you have a preferred gender, sure. And I don't think there's anything wrong with saying, oh, I want a boy, I want a girl, whatever. If that's what you want, that's what you want. But really just hope and pray for a healthy baby regardless. And a couple of comments here captured what I was thinking. Great memories for the new kid. So mom, how did you and dad react when you found out you were having me? Hey, you want to look at some videos when we found out we were pregnant with you? This is from an insane mother-in-law, and my God, is she insane?
We're not a traditional cafe. We're completely unconventional, and my book's website really has to capture the same magic.
It's from my mother-in-law after I filed for divorce.
Mark told me what's going on.
I'm sorry, Karen. Of course her name's Karen, right? But it's really none of your business.
You trying to divorce my son is none of my business. You're ruining his life.
He's been having an affair for 6 months. How am I the one ruining his life?
You weren't fulfilling his needs. I knew that before you two even got married.
Oh, hell no.
Men only stray when they aren't getting what they need.
Boy, mom, they always make excuses for their son's shitty behavior instead of fucking holding them accountable for their actions. Again, respectfully, our relationship is none of your business.
You're lucky to have a man like him. You'd be stupid to throw it all away over a silly little mistake.
6 months isn't a mistake. It's a relationship.
So what? Call it what you want. But he's a good husband. It's not like he beats you.
Oh, is that the line? As long as he doesn't cross that line, everything else, totally fine.
Marriage used to mean something to people. You vowed to stay by his side.
It still means something to people, a lot of people. Marriage means something in the sense that you don't cheat on your partner as well. Yeah, well, he vowed to stay faithful. Exactly. Literally took the words right out of my mouth. Are you guys fed up? I'm like fed up.
Don't. No. We talked about this for real. Please don't do it.
I'm not.
Okay. 2, 1, let's go. Yeah. Oh my. Dude.
I just told you.
I remember one thing. All of my friends are here and they're filming us. And
It's like what we did on the wedding night.
One thing.
I was mad then too. It's not funny.
I thought that was fun.
No, it's not a joke. Jokes are supposed to be funny. No one found that funny. Is it funny now?
Are you serious?
Yes. Is it funny now?
Who invited you? What are you
What do you
doing?
mean? I'm her best friend. We've known her. We've literally all been around longer than you.
You guys just took this way too
Absolutely
far.
not. If this,
Way
she asked you not to. If this was up to me, this would be
You thought
a
it was funny,
divorce
right?
party and not a vow renewal. That was disgusting.
Come on, it's fun.
You did the same thing on her wedding day.
And it was funny then?
It was
You
not.
guys-
It was never funny.
You guys wanted to take a
You know
joke.
what? We can just settle this right here. You can have your cake and eat it too. Oh my god.
Are you serious right now? Over cake?
Don't touch this. I'm selling it.
This is ridiculous. You guys are...
Are you okay?
This video had me feeling so hard because this was very personal to me. When I was getting married, I told my husband, listen, there is only one thing I do not want at this wedding, and that is for you to put cake in my face. I swear to God.
Swear to God!
If you put any cake on my face, I don't care if it's just a small little dab on my nose and it's supposed to be cute, whatever. If you put any form of cake or icing on my face, we will be getting divorced that day. And because my husband is a good man who listens to me, I didn't get any cake on my face. So when I saw this video, I was so angry for her because two things. One, they talked about it like she was serious. Please do not do this. He says, okay. And two, she says later in it, you did this last time. He did it before, I'm assuming at their wedding, smashed cake in her face after she had talked to him and said, please don't do it. He's saying, oh, what? It's funny, until he gets the cake smashed in his face. Now it's not so funny anymore. And then saying, what? You're going to do this? You're going to divorce me? You're going to leave me over cake? No. It's your actions, sir. Your actions are the reason you're getting divorced because you don't care about your wife's feelings. You didn't care about her
mothers.
I'm the victim here, unless you count being a great mother as a crime.
And just from that small little clip that I watched right there, I think I got everything that I needed to know about you to know that she should leave you.
I just want to clear some things up. Nobody has asked me my side of the story. My daughter went no contact with me and I was just completely blindsided by it. I need everybody to understand that I am the victim here, unless you count being a great mother as a crime. First off, I want to start by saying that I have literally never done anything wrong at any point in my entire life, not even one time. I've done nothing wrong, ever. I literally bathed her, clothed her, fed her, took her to school. And then she has the nerve to tell me that those things are the bare minimum. I mean, how ungrateful. I kept you alive. Wants to tell all these stories on the internet about how I'm just such a monster. I mean, I only ever hit her like twice. And you know what? I didn't have an easy life either, okay? She said I called her one friend fat, and she probably was. Really just at a loss here, and I think that, you know, if she thinks that she could just do so much better in her life without me, then fine. Just never talk to me again then, I guess. She wants to just be so ungrateful for...
This goes back to what I said. If you confront that parent and say, look at how you treat me. I don't have a mother. I don't have a father. If you make that known to them out loud, they are going to play victim all the way.
For the fact that I literally bought her homecoming dress. You know, I mean, where's my thanks? Where's my praise?
She is going off about stuff that is normal parenting. But there's more to parenting and being a parent, being a mother to your child than the things that, you know, those things are just, you know, that's what you do as a parent, that you do when you take care of something. It's like when you take care of your pet. I'm not trying to compare to pets, but you get what I'm saying? You as inside of you, this is what I'm doing to take care of you. You came through me, you came out of me, yes. But there's more to that. There's way more.
Praise. Instead, I get told that she's not going to speak to me any longer because I've spent enough time tormenting her throughout her life. Well, you know what? You tormented me too. Kids hurt parents also. It's not a one-way street.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you are mooching off of your parents and you are a grown-ass adult, that is embarrassing. And
unless...
I am now 3 months postpartum and still trying to navigate all the emotions and everything that comes with it. And
you're rich.
right? If your parents are insanely wealthy and they just hand you their family business on a platter, they've got $1 million saved up for you in a trust fund for the day that you turn 18, they pay your way through college, they buy you your first home. Unless you're rich, you're a fucking loser. But if it's me, somebody who moved back in with his parents a couple years ago and has been living there rent-free so that I could save up thousands and thousands of dollars to buy my first home as a single person all by myself with absolutely no support and no grants. Yeah.
I'm that parent. I'm that parent. But we kind of getting off the road
Yes,
here.
I did that. Then I'm a loser, right? I paid my way through college. I went into debt for college.
Easiest thing that they have done. And y'all, I don't even know how to narrow down to share with y'all. I got over 500 responses. So I've decided I'm going to create a new series called Monster in Law, and I will continue sharing wild stories about these horrendous women. Just a couple for episode 1.
I have a story. Should I send to her?
Okay, told me I was selfish to breastfeed. She told me her son's ex would still be invited to all holidays because they are still close. The way I would not fucking show up. My mother-in-law would sit on our front porch until we noticed her and then expect us to invite her in. Like, I'm sorry, what? You're just showing up and sitting on your son's porch waiting for an invite? You freak? These moms are not okay. Weird. These moms are not okay.
Let's go ahead, because this kind of railed off to something that I didn't want it to rail off to. So let's get back on the harbor, because we got off the harbor a bit here. We're going to go back on the harbor, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to play this one, okay?
Think about it. Sometimes when you want to do something that might seem crazy to others, people will give you advice based on their own fear and their own insecurity. Like, just because you ain't got the faith to go, don't project that on me. So sometimes, no, you got to keep your move silent sometimes because other people will discourage you out of what's in your heart to do.
Hey cousins, welcome back to my channel. I miss you all so much.
I went to church yesterday and it was one of the most amazing sermons ever, as always. But I wanted to come on here and talk about how the pastor was talking about Joseph in Genesis chapter 37, where he tells his brothers that he's been having dreams and that all of them, their sticks are going to
away. Stay silent. When you get the opportunity that God is about to bring into your life, I want you to enjoy it.
My problem with black women like this, I don't want to hear all the preachy shit. Just get to the goddamn point. They just too damn preachy for me. Get on with the ones that be preachy. You bitch, you ain't living it.
It's going as planned. Whole time you telling your business to the enemy. You telling your business to that person, them, family members, all them type of people, because you want them to validate your plans and your visions. Don't nobody need to validate nothing. You don't need the validation. If God gave you the vision, that means it was already validated. And then they speaking that into your plans, because if they're being honest with themselves, they got more faith in you than you got in yourself.
Noise and tell people what you're building. You invite unnecessary opposition. You invite jealousy. You invite competition. People who weren't even thinking about what you were doing until you put it on display. And people let us say stuff like, oh, what's mine is mine. Okay. But the moment you reveal it, it's no longer just yours. Think about that. It's no longer just yours. Now it's up for debate. Now people want to talk about it, tell you how they feel about it. Their opinions. Now it's up for attack and interference.
When you are in silence, I can't stand all this music shit. Niggas, y'all too extra, bro. Just turn on a fucking camera and talk. We don't need music. We don't need to hear you preaching. God damn, y'all annoying. When you are in silence, it is where your creativity flows the most. Now, you probably would ask, what about when you go somewhere and you're taking a class, right? And you're in this class for other screenwriters, other nurses, other people. You're in a business class, right? And you go into this space. So people are sharing, people are talking, People are probably even giving each other ideas, right? Probably saying, hey, wouldn't it be cool if you do that? Or the person that's teaching in that classroom is helping everybody in this class space, right? For whatever it is you invest yourself into. Understand that that is a vortex that you have walked into with everybody else. So everybody else in this vortex with you, and even this teacher who's teaching whatever, maybe how to be about construction, or whether you like me screenwriting, or just writing, or just a grammar class, whatever it may be. And then y'all, these things happen. You got to understand that in that vortex, everybody is there with the same intentions in that class, right? In that particular class that you pay for to go to. See? So the energy in that space is going to be where, even if you share, I wanted to do this scene or this and that, that's not going to take away what you have shared. Okay? Because everybody there is doing the same thing that you're doing. Doesn't mean they have the same purpose as you, but I mean they paid to be there. So they're doing something as you in that space. A lot of times coming from spaces like that, you feel more motivated because the teacher wants the person who's there teaching and hosting wants the best for you. The people in the class want what they want for themselves. And depending who they are in that space with you, they may be into your idea. You understand? You don't even feel like nobody's going to steal anything from you. That's because you're in the right vortex. So I just want to make that clear. Don't mean you have to share everything. You share just enough. You question just enough to learn.
Buy a new car, shut your mouth. You buy a new house, shut your mouth. Getting married.
I don't want to hear Steve goddamn Harvey. I don't even want this channel no more. It's too preachy. Too goddamn preachy for me. And it's too many I'm gonna be honest. I can tell. Let me see which one she quoting. Let me see.
The devil having information about something that is upcoming in your life that you...
Okay, she making up shit. I can't do the preachy shit. All right, let's take the... Do I have to go there? Your life. Let's go into the rebrand your life. Let's kind of turn it up. Their energy kind of...
I just came here to tell you to never underestimate how fast your life can change. I'm sitting here unboxing all the products that were sent to me while I was home in California. And I'm just coming to this realization that all the things I set out to do this year are actually like coming into fruition. I'm sitting here opening up packages from YSL, Armani. I'm getting sent hair. I have this big clothing haul from a really big name clothing brand that I'm about to do. And I'm just like super excited. The beginning of the year was rough for me. That's a story for a different day. I don't want to say I'm surprised because I know I'm capable, but I think we underestimate how powerful we are. I feel like when we take the attention away from other people and pour into ourselves, anything's possible. So I just came here to say, commit to yourself, commit to the vision that you have for your life, and see what happens.
Forget all of that stuff they're telling y'all to do in these rebrand videos. The one and most important thing to do for your rebrand is to work on your personal self, because you got to be obsessed with yourself. You have to prioritize self-care. You already know how you want your future self to walk, look, and dress because you got the post saved. Now you have to get it together. And I need you to complete this before the end of January, because you're not going to continue to operate in a place of want. You want to get your hair done? Get your hair done. Figure it out. You want your nails to be done? Do your nails, even if it's press-ons. You want to dress a certain way? Do it. Afterpay it. I don't know. Figure it out. But the girl that you want to be gets what she wants by any means necessary, legally, okay? Any means necessary. So I want you to write down what time you wake up, what do you eat for breakfast, what time you work out, and what time you go to bed. And you're going to stick to that schedule for the rest of the month. And every day you are going to be put together, no exceptions unless you are sick. No exceptions. Because when you look better, you will feel better. I know that's cliche, but it's so true. You can't work on your big goals when you're not feeling that girl. Okay? Save this post. Give me a
Be obsessed with yourself. See, this is where I think the line of narcissism has been mistaken. You are supposed to fall into the mirror. Okay? You are supposed to fall into that mirror. You are supposed to love even what you don't like. And if you don't like it, you got to change it. You got to you have to learn. There are people teaching you how to style your clothes, how to do your own hair. There are people teaching you how to do your self-care. Take advantage of all of this free stuff that is out there, people. People are given simple courses. I'm telling you, for the low. Okay. I think like the prices that they're giving us to take some of their classes are just be thankful to even have people that are really out here doing that, or people to even talk and do and show what they're doing.
follow. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Because if they're on YouTube and they're a partner, they're getting paid. They're working. They're putting the work in to show you.
Babe, you are never going to level up your life if you do not rebrand. I know that may sound harsh, but just hear me out for a second. You simply just cannot bring the old version of yourself into a new life that you're trying to create for yourself. I rebranded myself so hard that when I look back at old photos and videos of who I used to be, I don't even recognize that person anymore. And that's what you want when you have a really good rebrand. When you rebrand yourself, think of it like a video game where like each level you unlock a new character. Who is this character that you're about to unlock? Now, honestly, this might feel a little bit delusional because honestly, you're just trying to be somebody that you're not, but it's not like you're trying to be someone bad. You're just trying to be a better version of yourself. The rebrand is going to come with a lot of change and you better be ready for it. You need to be changing your habits, your hobbies, the surroundings that you put yourself in, the people that you hang around, like your wardrobe, everything about you when you're rebranding needs to change. I know for me, when I was rebranding, I did a huge social media purge of all old photos that I felt did not resonate with me anymore. And I started to post photos like the person that I wanted to become. Your goal should be to wake up every day and embody this new person, no matter what that looks like for you. That's not saying that you need to buy the house tomorrow or you need to have the dream car 2 weeks from now, but every single day, what would that higher self version of you do to achieve that goal? Never be afraid to level up. Rebranding is a normal thing and you can do it as many times as you need to get it right. Brands rebrand, celebrities rebrand, everybody rebrands. So why shouldn't you? Always remember that you have the power to change your life. God may have made the ocean, but he made you captain of the boat.
That's right. I like that.
If you want to rebrand your life, a life rebrand in 2025, here's a concept that you're going to have to come to terms with being comfortable with. To rebrand your life requires two types of work, internal and external. The internal work looks like things you would do by journaling, meditation, therapy, right? And we're talking about self-worth, deservingness, self-trust, self-confidence, self-awareness, all the selves, right? If it's self, it is internal. The only really self that crosses the line to external is self-expression and self-actualization. Because you can do all of the internal healing in the world, but if you don't externalize or do change how you are in the world, your life doesn't ultimately end up changing. And the concept that you need to get comfortable with is the fact that you will never become unafraid of being seen without practicing being seen. Let's work backwards. To change your life, you need to change your behaviors, which means eliminating old habits and building new ones, simultaneously doing the internal and external work at the same time, healing, and then building a life in a world that reflects that new inner life. Do you want to rebrand your fucking life in 2025? I'm Justin Schumann, humans in my name. Let's go for it.
And don't worry,
Everything that you want, it'll come. My wardrobe, so I gave away practically all of my clothes. I purchased a
That's what I got to do next. I got clothes I got to throw away, y'all. I got literal clothes. I feel like this. For all my fashionistas, I know we like to have clothes that's hanging up and putting pieces together, and we just keep it there just in case we like, oh, I'm going to wear this, right? But if there are pieces that you are not feeling, that you are not ever going to wear, don't give it away. Just throw it all away. I'm serious. Just say fuck it. Just say goodbye to it. Adios. Don't even bother. Just if I am a person, I don't like certain type of t-shirts. Don't like t-shirts. I know that's weird, but it's not weird for me because I like certain cut styles and all kind of stuff because I'm very into Japanese looks. So t-shirts is a no way no for me. And that made me think about that when she said that. Like, she making me, and my birthday coming up too, baby. Like, now I'm about to write some shit down. But go ahead, let's go.
I left social media for 3 years. I simply had to take a break. So I disappeared and I rebranded my entire life, actually. I rebranded my image. So I got in the gym because I wasn't happy with my body at the time. I rebranded my wardrobe. So I gave away practically all of my clothes. I purchased a new attire, pretty much an attire that matched what I had on my vision board for myself. And I also rebranded my online presence. So what I did was I archived and deleted all of my images and videos on social media because I wanted to control how others perceived me. So in order for you to truly get to the next level, you have to really identify what aligns with your brand. I disappeared so that I could learn how to become the chess player and not the chess piece.
Can we hear her
Part
again?
2 of
I like
completely
her.
rebranding yourself 5 minutes.
I wish I to understand why I was not listening to those mammies talk. And I'm going to call them mammies because they are mammies. Number one, they were too preachy. Okay, that's a very male thing. They were too preachy. They had too much music going on in the background. They had too much Bible verses and stuff. It was too preachy. Women of wisdom who have learned something to the point of, I can feel the crying inside these women. I can feel the revelations inside of all of those other women that really realized that, man, people do not want to see me fucking happy. Okay? I need you to understand that.
I left social media for 3 years. I simply had to take a break. So I disappeared and I rebranded my entire life, actually. I rebranded my image. So I got in the gym because I wasn't happy with my body at the time. I rebranded my wardrobe. So I gave away practically all of my clothes. I purchased a new attire, pretty much an attire that matched what I had on my vision board for myself. And I also rebranded my online presence. So what I did was I archived and deleted all of my images and videos on social media because I wanted to control how others perceived me. So in order for you to truly get to the next level, you have to really identify what aligns with your brand. I disappeared so that I could learn how to become the chess player and not the chess piece.
part 2 of completely rebranding yourself 5 months into 2025. Because right about now, 5 to 6 months into the year is when you should start to see your hard work pay off. So if you aren't seeing any growth, here's what we're going to do to change that and rebrand. Your analytics, which we went over in part 1, is kind of like the starting point of your rebrand, but the meat of your rebrand should be honed in on your actual content. If you are posting the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, that is the literal definition of insanity. So we have to make content swaps. You need to first look at your hooks. So I'm going to pop up some very common hook mistakes and just some hook swaps. Then we need to look at the titles that you're using in the very beginning of your videos. And we are probably going to want to make swaps there as well. And then just your content in general, the way things are phrased, your messaging, your key elements is probably going to need to be swapped too. I'm going to pop up some examples of simple content swaps that can make a huge difference. And if you notice, all of these are shifting towards a more we-centric narrative. Less about you, more about your community. I'm running out of time, but I do have a part 3, but I want to make sure that you are interested in seeing that before I put it live. So let me know. And honestly, this is your reminder that social media growth takes about 3 to 6 months. So by now, you really should be seeing your growth. But if you feel like you just need a closer look at your page, please let me know below so I can put my eyes on it and see if I can figure out what's missing.
So this one time when I was 20, I had a life coach for about 5 minutes and I told her I want to rebrand myself. I'm bored of everything. I need a rebrand. And she said, can I take the term rebranding yourself and use it as a course that I offer? And I said, yeah, of course, get back. So now that I figured out how to actually rebrand myself without her, because she wasn't actually that helpful, I thought I would tell you how to do it. I hated everything. I needed to rebrand my whole entire life. So step 1 is assess what you don't like. When you look at things in a whole, I find it really overwhelming. And I was like, oh my God, my whole life is falling to pieces. What do? I don't feel like myself. How do I get back to myself? Am I getting back to myself? Am I finding a new version of myself? I don't know. I needed to assess the situation and see what was wrong. Is it career that I don't like? Is it my hair that I don't like? Is it my wardrobe? Is it my relationship? Is it my living situation? I wrote everything down and I assessed each one. What don't I like about my career? Do I want a new job? What don't I like about my living situation? Am I living in the wrong area? I know everyone tells you to go on Pinterest and make a mood board, but it really does help if you're someone that finds it hard to visualize things, because I am, and I get really overwhelmed. I need to actually look at something that I'm doing. Go on Pinterest, get some pictures and make a vision board, mood board, whatever you want to call it. Take the pictures from Pinterest and then take them over to Canva and then make it out like that, and then add writing of what it is that you want, just so you can see kind of where you're going. For instance, if you're making a board about career, I'm gonna put in pictures, but like, what am I gonna put? I want to be a content creator. What am I gonna put? Like a laptop? No, it doesn't make any sense. I need to actually write down what I want out of that career. You have to work on those areas section by section. That's the only way it's gonna work. You can't do it all at one time. Nothing happens overnight. You have to do it in small sections. If you don't like your hair, then change your hair. If you don't like your relationship, then dump your boyfriend. If you don't like your living situation, then move. Stuff like that, but just do it in small sections. Do it like this so it's not overwhelming, and then it's maintainable. You can keep doing these changes. The way that I did it was 1 month, one new thing. So month 1, I wanted to change my hair. Week 1 out of that month, find a hairstyle that I like. Week 2, book my hair appointment. Week 3, go to my hair appointment. Week 4, learn to care for my new hair. Have one goal that you're working on per month, and the goals will coincide with each other, but in a good way. For example, month 1 was my new hair. Month 2, I want to work on my fitness, so I'm going to Pilates. Now I'm going to Pilates and I have new hair. Month 3, I want to move. Now I'm moving, I'm going to Pilates, all while I have new hair. I think that that's the easiest way to start to rebrand yourself, and then you can make adjustments where necessary that suit your lifestyle or suit your habits.
Your 2025 rebrand is going to be life-changing, and it doesn't even take much. So here's how you're going to completely level up your life in the new year. First, you're going to write down all of your goals, and you need to get specific. I would say write out at least 30 goals for the new year. Even if you think you don't have 30 goals, write down some of the things that you've always wanted to do but never got the chance to. If you want to travel, where do you want to travel to? If you want to work out more, what type of workouts do you want to do? If you want to grow your hair, how many inches do you want your hair to grow? You need to get so specific with your goals, because then they will come true. Once you've written down your goals, make a vision board. It is my favorite time of year when I have to make my vision board. You want to go on Pinterest and kind of type in each goal. So if you want to travel to like the south of France, type in like South of France aesthetic or something like that, and find a picture that you think resonates most with you. Also, with my vision boards, I love to add in filler photos, so inspirational quote, like room decor, decor and aesthetics that I like, anything. And then I also add in different auras. So if you just type in on Pinterest like peace aura, it'll just show you a bunch of like different colors, and I choose whichever one I think is the prettiest and I add them in on certain points of my vision board. Once you have all of your pictures together, you want to upload them to Canva and kind of make a little collage. Overlap the photos, make them different sizes, but you want them to kind of look like this photo down here. This is actually my vision board for this year, and it's kind of jumbled up, but I really like the aesthetic of it. And with the goals that I really want more, I make them bigger. And then what I do with my vision board is I set it as my laptop wallpaper, my iPad wallpaper, and I print it out. I print it out at CVS. I have a smaller one. It's kind of like a small poster size. And then I have a really big one, which is I think like 40 inches right in front of my bed, so I can look at it every single day when I wake up. Next is start acting like your future self. The version of yourself that you see in your mind that has it all together, that is the most beautiful and radiant and peaceful version of yourself, start acting like that person today. Does she always get her hair done? Does she always dress really nice? Does she always have her nails done? Does she always wear jewelry? What kind of scents does she like? How does she put herself together? You are going to want to tap into and uncover those future parts of yourself that you are not already practicing so that you can get there one day. If your future self is doing things that you are not already doing, you need to start doing those things. Is she reading more? Go and find a book, read more. Is she drinking more water? Go drink more water, you know? Just carry yourself how you would want yourself to be carried, not anybody else. You're doing this for you. Once you know what that future version of you looks like, start becoming obsessed with yourself. Become both obsessed with the version of yourself that you are now and the version of yourself that you will be. Really take time and pour into yourself. Do self-care days, buy yourself flowers, really obsess. Obsess in a healthy way, in a way that's like building self-love. I love myself so much. I'm obsessed with myself. I really want to feed into myself because I want what's best for myself. Once you pour into yourself, then it will reflect on how you carry yourself. It'll reflect on your outside. It'll just be amazing for your progress. Maybe your self-care will look like being peaceful all the time, making up your bed, listening to better music, just make sure you know what makes you feel good and really treat yourself like you're.
I love this one. This one is perfect. Okay. Oh my goodness. Listen to me. You are supposed to love yourself. Do you hear me? I don't give a fuck if you got a big nose that spread all the way across your motherfucking your face. If you feel like you want to get a nose job, baby, go get it. I don't give a damn. Okay? If you feel like you want to do that. There's things that you can go out there to fix your nose without getting a nose job. I've been knowing about that for a long time. It's called Who Knows, and it's spelled nose is spelled Nose. And that brand is still here. And they got small, medium, and large. You can either tighten up your nose. The biggest one tighten up your nose the most. And you just put it in your nose and you walk around with that bitch. And that's your nose job. If you feel you can do what you want to do. It is your body, it is your face. See, everybody gets upset about people who get nose jobs, get their lips done and stuff like that. I will go get my lips done just to even out my lips more. See what I'm saying? I'll go get Botox to tighten up my cheeks more. You see what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with any of that when it comes from a place of I want myself to look good aesthetically. I want myself to be beautiful aesthetically. And I also say, look at yourself. How can you look at yourself and say you don't like yourself? There's something deeper going on there when you're looking at yourself and you don't like yourself. That can literally be the energy of people who's trying to project onto you so bad that now you're projecting what they projected onto you. Or you've been made to feel ugly, or you've been made to feel like you're not good enough. You have to touch on all of that, baby. You got to touch in all those places. I don't give a damn if you in that mirror crying and you're fixing your hair. I don't give a damn. I want you to love the fuck on yourself. I need you to do that, girl. I need you to embrace your vagina. I need you to look at her. I need you to touch her. I need you to put your finger in her. I need you to see what needs to be changed with that. You need to love on yourself. That's it. And you need to keep your standards, because you will be tested. You need to keep your motherfucking standards. You need to keep that energy. Nobody can just come around. If a Dusty comes around you, recheck the inside, girl. Say, why does Dusty attracted me? How did this person get there? Because I'm going to tell you, you're going to have to start looking around in your life. Who got Dusties in their life? Who got this kind of, who be around Dusties like this, that this came over here? You have to start thinking like that. So once again, you start tweaking on the inside. You tweak on the inside. Because you got to do that inner work, baby. That inner work is far more important. The outer work will just naturally come. But the sometimes it takes making the changes physically and stuff. And then you decide to get the books and the therapy. That's good. But you make sure you do that inner work.
You're the best person on the planet because you are. Another tip is developing your personal style. How do you dress? What pieces of clothing really stand out to you? What is your personal brand? What shoes do you love? What tops? What bottoms? Do you love to wear basics? Do you love to dress up a little bit more? Do you love loafers? Do you like heels? But really developing a personal style and investing in different pieces, or just restyling the things that you have in your closet in different ways, will help you so much during your whole rebrand phase. Dressing how you want to be addressed is so important, but it doesn't even just mean like how you want to be addressed to other people, but how do you want to address yourself? Like if you're dressed really nicely, you will address yourself nicer. But yeah, making sure that your personal style really reflects where you are in your life or where you really want to be is so important. And just experimenting with different fashion choices, pieces, using Pinterest as inspo will always be the number one tip. It'll get you so far. You will find so many different fashion choices on there. You will be rewarded so heavily. Lastly, I would always recommend to keep your space clean. Once it's clean, decorate it with the things that motivate you. Decorate it with things that would make you really want to be in this space all the time. Find a designated workspace in your room or your house and keep that clean, keep that organized, because once you have a clean space, your progress will be amazing. Make up your bed, hang posters on your wall that just make you feel like, oh my gosh, like I love being in my room. Set up your vanity makeup station. Just do the things in your space to make it the most relaxing space for you. Like
I say, one thing, interior design teaches this. Every room has a purpose and a mood. Okay. So what you do is you set the purpose and the mood for each space in your house. My mood in my bathroom is a spa. My mood in my room is resting, nice little red light, just it's real calm, the thick bed, it's a place for me to just rest. I really shouldn't even put my computer in my room anymore. That's about to happen where I'm not going to even do that no more. I'm going to that's going to change. No more computer. The computer will stay in the living room. We will sit on the couch. If we go to bed, we go to bed. You know what I'm saying? Or I go to bed, excuse me. And that's it, And also, the kitchen need the most help, but the kitchen is supposed to be a healing space, a cleansing space, eating healthy space. So you have to, and of course, so my laundry and stuff is in there too. You have to set the mood for each room. I keep clicking the wrong thing. I really like her.
Candles, Home Goods, TJ Maxx, Marshalls have the best candles. Another way you can do this is just cleaning up your space at the end of the day when you're done with it. Before you go to sleep, is something out of place, just put it away. That extra energy and effort that you spend will really reward you in the morning, and it'll make your days better when you wake up and just make you feel so much better. These are just some tips to make your rebrand life-changing. Your rebrand is going to be so serious next year, so serious that you will be unrecognizable. And yeah, that's basically it.
If you're also rebranding your life in your late 20s and you're like, I don't know where the fuck to start, the whole comment section of my last video is on the same wavelength, so let's get into it. My credentials are, I'm from a very small town in Virginia, and I am somehow in Bali, and it's because I've done rebrands in my life over and over again, and I'm currently doing one right now. When I'm thinking rebrand, I'm thinking job, identity, potentially relationship, maybe leaving your state or country, changing your environment. I have done this multiple times because I'm a bored ass bitch. If I don't like something, I'm not gonna fucking do it anymore. If something is not filling my cup, it needs to get the fuck lost. And so whenever I'm not happy in my life, I can't sit in my own shit. I gotta change it. And so I'm gonna give you guys best practices so you can start making momentum towards your rebrand. You cannot change something you're not aware of, right? When we're driving our car and our engine light comes on, that tells us what? We probably have to go switch out our oil. If that light didn't come on, we'd be driving our car around until the shit blew up. So you're gonna sit down and you're gonna think about your life in the exact same way, and you're gonna make a list of all the things in your life that you're creating resistance towards, that don't feel good for you, that your body has already signaled to you that the engine light is on and you need to change the oil. And how do you recognize the engine light in those things? It's in how you talk about it to other people. It's in how you think about it and talk about it to yourself. It's in how you show up for it, your energy for it, your motivation for it. If you've been thinking about it for a really long time, that's always a really great signal that shit needs to just fucking change. This list is your reality check, which means you ask absolutely nobody for advice. You keep everyone's opinions out of it. Even subconsciously, when you have other people's thoughts and opinions in your head, oh, what are they gonna think about this? Even if it's you leaving a relationship that's perfectly healthy, but it doesn't feel good for you anymore, you need to put that shit on your list if your engine light came on for it, because that is your reality and your truth. So you just need to be really fucking honest with yourself when you're curating this list. And your ego is gonna get decked in the face when you make this list, and that is the point. So now that we've done that, we have to go on the opposite end. What are the things that fill our cup up, that make us feel our most creative, that make us feel like our most authentic self? What are the things that are super fun? So we're thinking about maybe switching our career and our job paths. What are the things that light you up, and can we potentially monetize those things? You don't need to think deeply in the aspect of, well, how can I make money from that? I just want you to get clear on the things that you actually enjoy doing, the things that light you up, the things that motivate you, the things that kind of scratch the back of your brain. Think about those things and make a list. And if you're thinking about changing your environment, you have to think about what it is that you like about environment. So think about trips that you've been on, experiences that you have, things that you've watched in movies or read in books. What experiences, what environments stick out to you, so that you can get clear on where it is that you want to go, spend your time, what surroundings you want around you. Now, to wrap this shit together, I want you to think about what it would look like to start actively doing the things that light you up every single day. What would that look like in your daily life? So if one of those things were, I want to travel, I want to move out of the country, start visualizing what that could look like. Even if you don't have all of the specifics, you need to start thinking in your head what that looks like, and it's going to force you to detach from the first list that we made, because you're living in this current experience right now. We have to start thinking about the reality that we're trying to step into so that we can make it more real for ourselves and make it feel like it's possible. There are a lot of things.
A woman who is a pick me, I'm doing a sidebar here. A woman who is a pick me is a woman that can't be trusted at all. She is nobody's friend, especially anything that has a vagina. She's only loyal to the penis or anything that has one. So a pick me can never be friends with the woman. You have to be able to intuitively spot a woman who actually has female friends or woman friends, as they say. You have to be able to identify a woman's woman. They do exist. We do exist. You just have to know how to identify one.
We can be doing with a rebrand, and I'm gonna keep making videos to help you guys with it as I'm actively going through it. But start here, and if you want to follow along for more, I got you guys, because I'm so fucking passionate about this shit, and we're gonna rebrand our lives in our late 20s together.
I've been thinking a lot about how to pull off an effective personal rebrand. So whether you know it or not, you are always communicating a personal brand into the ethos, whether it's your online footprint or in person, you are always communicating information about you to others. And lucky for us, we have a ton of celebrity examples that we can utilize on how they did their rebrand that we can apply for our own lives. We cannot talk about personal rebrand without talking about Sophia Richie Grange, who I think everyone kind of has commentary around her rebrand. I live for it. She's giving this, and now she's giving very posh Upper East Eastside wife. And I think something that we can glean from this example, and I have a few, is the power of aesthetics in communicating a rebrand. I also think Black China is a really good example of how your physical style or how you present into the world communicates particular values or branding messages that you can utilize to pivot if you want to communicate something else. So like, ooh, look at Black China now. She's communicating or sort of signaling to others a completely different message than what she used to a few years ago. So I feel like aesthetics is step one. I would say step two is social life and career. How you spend your time and what you do with like your life's work also communicate your personal brand. And so another really great example of this is Paris Hilton. If you are born in the 90s, you know Paris was iconic. She was always partying, she was always going out, etc. And that was part of her personal brand. This is Paris Hilton today, and don't get me wrong, she's still going out and she makes money by being an entertainer, but she's also communicating that she spends her social time being an advocate. She's at the White House on the 4th of July. Her social life, what she's communicating with what she does in her free time, has completely changed. I think another very good example of this, once again, if you were born in the 90s, you know Mary-Kate and Ashley, we kind of grew up with them, but there was a phase where they were going out, they just had a different social experience. But I think they're a really good example of how career and what you choose to do in your free time can also communicate a personal brand shift. They're founders of the ultra luxury The Row. It's a clothing and luxury accessory brand. And once again, that helps communicate on top of aesthetics and on top of social life, your career can also communicate your personal brand. Now, your online presence also communicates what you value, what you're interested in, how you spend your free time. I went on Black China's page and I live for it. She is hosting the 5th annual Power in Loving Yourself retreat. And this really communicates the pivot that she's making to being a sort of holistic self-empowerment, women empowerment brand ambassador. And that's now her brand ethos. You can really utilize like your online presence, your LinkedIn, your Instagram to communicate how you're spending your free time, what you're interested in to help catapult your personal rebrand. And then lastly, a large life event also can help contribute to your personal rebrand. So for many people, the introduction to Sophia Richie was her wedding to Elliot Green. As well as for Paris Hilton, it was sort of her getting married to, I think, like a private equity heir, as well as becoming a mother, also sort of ushered in this new era of her brand, whether it's intentional or not. I think when people have a major life event, such as becoming a mother or a parent, a wedding, or even a career achievement, it then sort of ushers in us thinking of them in a new light, and also can help with like the brand narrative of I'm a new person now, I've had this incredible life experience. So once again, aesthetic or how you present yourself into the world, how you spend your free time or your personal life, like what is your career, your online footprint, your Instagram, your social media, etc. And then lastly, a major life event can all contribute to your personal brand.
I've successfully rebranded myself several times. These 4 tips will help you rebrand the new you. 1. Declare on who you want to become and write it down. 2. Remind yourself that you are the CEO of your life and have the final say. 3. Create a vision board for your future life and revisit it often until it becomes your reality. 4. Embrace the journey of figuring it all out as an adventure and smile when times get tough. So,
I'm going to teach you how to design your life. What are my qualifications? At the age of 22, I moved away from my friends and family and everything I ever knew to a city that I had never been to before. By the age of 23 in the same city, I was making 6 figures. Now I'm a part-time fashion stylist for professional athletes, entertainers, and artists, and 9-to-5ers. And I'm on top of all of my bills, all my payments, and I'm happy. Most importantly, I'm happy because my life is falling according to design. Well, let's get into it. First, you're gonna isolate. You are trying to achieve your dream self and you cannot take everybody with you. You're gonna isolate and you're gonna take time to journal every morning. You're gonna take time to pray every morning. You're gonna take time to meditate every morning and clear your mind so that you can see who your dream self looks like. I'm looking at my dream self now because I visualize this.
Nothing against her. The best one was this one. She gave you a formula. What's this one doing?
And if you can, you're gonna do it longer and longer and longer until it becomes a habit. I think my longest streak was about 70 days. Isolation is most important of all of the following steps that I'm gonna mention And here's why. This is going to be a quick science lesson for you guys. We are going to talk about osmosis. In simple terms, osmosis is a spontaneous movement of one area of concentration to another. If you are filled with love and hope and dreams, you cannot be around devastating environments. You need to isolate. As you can see here, the walls of this circle are not solid. This is how you need to treat yourself, because your brain and your body is going to adapt to your environment regardless of how strong and disciplined you think you are. If you have toxic friends, if you have a toxic environment, you need to create your own safe space wherever you can do that. If your home is not a safe space, stay in school as much as possible. If your home is not a safe space, go on walks as much as possible. Isolate, because there's quite literally no other way to find out what you truly want, what you truly need, and what you even truly like, who you truly are, unless you isolate.
She is absolutely right. Okay. You have to have the capacity to be alone. Okay? That you have to have the capacity to be alone. Let's go. Let me listen to one more.
Yourself. And I was really just thinking about how I completely identity switched and reinvented myself, and I wanted to give you some tips on how I did it. I just feel like if I can do it, then anybody can do it, because you know my story. I literally used to whiten teeth, I used to bartend, I was a server, and then I worked for my family's company, I worked in construction, and I was like, you know what, it's time to take a chance on myself and become a full-time creator, because that's what I love to do. I know you can't talk for long right now, so I'm gonna try to.
I want you to focus on the inner work. Okay? That is the purpose of why I'm here. I want you to focus on, we at this top of the second hour. What works for you? All right? I need you to look at yourself. That's one thing I tell you all the time. Right? Get that burn book, get that burn journal. Look at yourself and really write it down and be completely honest. And what is it about yourself that you see that you don't like in that mirror? And you have to change that. Because once you identify it, then that's when you can go into the books, you know, and you can get the notes from the books, and you can journal a lot more. You can journal from what you read. You can annotate your books. If you get physical books on audiobook, you can get Chat GTP and make a section in your Chat. Learn how to use your Chat GTP, please. Please learn how to utilize it. You can take your Chat GTP and you can have whatever is the person in the audiobook is saying, and you can have it written all the way out for you. I'm a digital person, and just make your digital, whatever you're making, and put it together. But if you're writing and you're journaling, it feels good to have pen and paper to sit down and write, and put it all in your mind of what exact transformation and changes do you want to make. You know what I'm saying? And I promise you, when you start making these changes, they're just gonna happen. You know what? The number one, I'm gonna be very real, and you're gonna have to accept this reality. You may have to leave your relationship. Okay, that's the one that is going to hit everybody the hardest. I'm glad a lot of women were saying it, but you're going to probably have to leave that relationship. And that's why women are saying, yo, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, just 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 say goodbye to that relationship. I'm gonna start this one.
I walked out of divorce court, and within 7 days, the job I had worked so hard for was eliminated. Just like that. No longer a wife, no fancy job to define my success. And in that moment, I had to ask myself, why was this happening? I had asked God to free me from the life that no longer served me. But I never thought that would leave me without the two things that had defined me for over 30 years. But I thank God it did. Without that loss, I never would have gained so much in return. Like the courage to write a book, to start multiple businesses. I wouldn't have gained the courage to travel to over 14 countries alone. Wouldn't have discovered parts of me that I thought no longer existed. So my point is, don't be afraid to leap. Because when you leap, the net will appear to catch you and bring you to a life you didn't even know could exist for you.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but I just moved out of my 5-bedroom house. Okay? And I have been crying for days because I was so disappointed in myself. I felt like a complete failure as a mom, as a daughter, as a sister, because I got this house for my family. It's always been my dream to get my mom a house, to get my sister a house, because my family is small. Me, my sister, my mom. It's always been my dream to be able to do this. And so, even though I was just renting it, it's something about not being able to afford it that just really took the wind out of me. But then the past few days, I've been crying so much, you guys. Like, you guys just don't even know. The past few days, I had to really sit down with myself and sit down with God and really look at all the things that I've accomplished. Like, I started my cleaning business. I quit my job 5 years ago. I started a cleaning business. In my first 2 years, I made $33,000.
I want y'all to pay attention to something here. Do you see why I keep telling you to go inside yourself? Do you see the material things that these women have? Do you see everything that these women had? And see how they still walked away? Because you have to do that internal goddamn work.
$1,000 just off of me cleaning by myself. Okay, by myself. Then I had success on TikTok. I have a community of over 140,000.
Yeah. Me. And I didn't realize that this was a very universal experience until very recently. In the beginning, it genuinely feels pretty normal. I feel like they disguise themselves as supportive and all the things, and it's the tiny, tiny little microaggressions that if you're not paying attention, go completely over your head. And the comments honestly really vary. They can be about your friends, what you're wearing, what you've been up to recently. And I feel like the biggest indicator when they say these sentences, it's always like, oh, and then they lead with whatever they're gonna say. Oh, you're hanging out with this person? Oh, I definitely wouldn't do that if I were you. And the craziest part is, it's all simultaneously coupled with them adopting things that are very much you. Copying the way you dress, copying your mannerisms, maybe even going as far as dating people that are very similar to the people that you date, becoming friends with people that are very much your friends. And I think being an empathetic person, I'd find myself in situations making excuses to be like, oh, well, she just had a bad date. That's like why she said something like that. Instead of sitting there and realizing that that girl hates you. Like in my life. I met this girl last year and very, very quickly, she like latched on to me. And at first I was like, oh, that's kind of odd. You're literally telling me all about your life and I met you maybe a week ago. And I watched her interact with her other friends. Like they would call her and the way she would like roll her eyes or like make snarky little comments. But I was like, wait, we literally saw them out a couple days ago. Or you literally were just talking about how nice they were. Like there was no consistency across any board. And this should have been red flag number one. Because the way that someone speaks about their other friends in your presence is the exact same way they're going to talk about you. second red flag was the inconsistency. One day she'd be super hot, the next day completely cold. Like, I'm talking about unfollow out of nowhere one day, then pretend they don't know you the next when other people are around. And as I sit here and reflect, I honestly think I've cracked the code. These girls aren't jealous of the things that you have, or honestly, the way that you look. What they're jealous of is your energy.
I'm so proud of y'all. Oh my goodness. I love us. I love TikTok. I don't care how nobody says. I'm about to end